Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
My voice is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today we will this killing trees. Cutting a tree does not mean that the tree is dead. Cutting a tree does not mean that the tree is dead. Grow from that tree which has been cut. So what does the poet say? The poet says that cutting a tree does not mean that the tree is dead. You must have observed people cutting down trees. But can they kill a tree? Just by cutting a tree, you cannot kill a tree. There is still life in it. Why? Because the roots are attached to the soil. Some part of the tree is left. You are cutting the trunk of the tree, but the root is still in the soil. So the tree is not dead completely. You have cut the parts of the tree, but life is still there in the tree. So you must have observed people cutting down trees. Uh, this is on page 110 in the Beehive book. Page 110, Beehive book on killing a tree. You can keep your books open. And this poem is just after Reach for the Top. संतोष यादव और मारिया शारापोवा वाले चैप्टर के बाद है ये पोएम. So, is it easy to do so? Is cutting a tree a very easy task? Answer? Is cutting tree very easy?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No,
No,
ma'am.
it
It
takes a lot
so
of
much time.
effort,
It
much
takes so
time, much effort, because the trunk of the tree is very, very hard. It's very thick. So you need a lot of time to cut a tree. It is not an easy task. Let's read the poem and find out what the poet says on killing a tree. It takes much time to kill a tree. So it takes much time to cut a tree, to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of knife. Jab means sudden rough blow. आप एक ब्लो से कोई भी पेड़ को काट नहीं सकते. आप एक ब्लो से कोई भी पेड़ को मार नहीं सकते हैं. So just by a jab, that is sudden rough blow, just by one sudden rough blow, you cannot kill a tree. It has uh, not a simple jab of knife will do it. Means not a simple blow of the knife will kill a tree. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth. How has the tree grown? The growth of a tree, it is a gradual process. Does the tree grow overnight? Does the tree grow just in a few months?
No, ma'am.
Uh,
It
it
takes
takes
long.
lot of time tree to grow. It takes lot of time. So it is a slow process, slowly consuming the earth. And what does the tree consume for its nutrition? It gets its nutrition from the soil. Consuming the soil means it takes nutrition from the soil. Consuming the earth means the tree grows very, very slowly, taking its nutrition from soil, consuming its nutrition, consuming the earth, rising out of it. It grows from tree, from the soil. We'll continue. So, slowly consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon the crust. So, the tree gets most of its nutrition from the upper layer, the crust of the earth. So, you can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the tree takes its nutrition from the crust of the earth. Rising out of it, the tree grows from the soil. It here refers to the earth or the soil. Rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, consuming and feeding from the earth. So the tree takes its nutrition from the soil, the water, the minerals, all it takes from the soil. Uh, Air, water, years of sunlight, absorbing years of sunlight. And besides taking its nutrition from the soil, the tree also uses other things. It uses the sunlight, absorbing years of sunlight. Because years, why? Because it takes many years for the tree to grow. It is not a sudden process. It is a gradual process. Gradually, the tree takes the nutrition from the crust of the earth. The tree takes its nutrition from the sunlight. It absorbs the sunlight. We are all aware that in the process of photosynthesis, so oxide exhale. So years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide. And leprous hide refers to the discolored bark of the tree. Leprous hide. Hide means the bark or the skin of the tree. And leprous means discolored. It has patches on the skin. So leprous hide means patches, discolored. So if you see the bark of the tree, it's not always smooth. There are some patches on the trunk of the tree, on the bark of the tree. So the bark of the tree is discolored, leprous hide, sprouting leaves. Sprouting, the leaves they are sprouting. Sprouting leaves. So hack kill cut by striking heavy blows. So hack means hack also means horse cart. Lekin as I have told you, In English, you have contextual meaning. में है cut by striking heavy blows. So cut by striking heavy. So you will not cut the tree. ट्री को जोर से ही मारना पड़ेगा तभी वो कटेगा. Whatever weapon instrument you are using, hack means cut roughly by striking. So, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. But this alone won't do it. What does it mean? If you cut the tree, that doesn't mean that you have killed a tree. You have cut the part of the tree. Some part is still there. The root is still there in the soil. So don't think that if you have cut the trunk of the tree, if you have cut the tree, then the tree has become lifeless. I don't think that if you have cut the tree, you have killed the tree. So cutting the does not mean that you have in the tree, but this alone won't do it. What does the poet mean? कि आप सिर्फ काट के कोई पेड़ को मार नहीं सकते हैं. This alone won't do it. Means cutting alone won't kill the tree. What does it mean? This alone won't do it. What does it mean? Cutting alone cannot kill a tree. So, can you hear me? My voice is audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, the poet here says that cutting alone is not going to kill the tree. Not so. The tree feels a lot of pain when it is cut. Not so much pain will do it. Cut के आ रहा है. Okay. The bleeding bark will heal. अब कैसा है यहाँ से? Hello.
सही
Is
है
it
ma'am.
all right?
Yeah,
सही
ma'am.
है.
Yes, ma'am, now it's clear.
Oh, the bleeding bark will heal. What does it mean? Bleeding bark. When you cut the tree, have you observed that some kind of liquid comes out of the tree? Comes out of the skin of the tree. The tree trunk, the bark of the tree has some moisture in it. And when the tree is cut, some kind of liquid comes out of the skin of the tree. That is the bleeding. Bleeding. What is the blood of the tree? The blood is the moisture that comes out of the tree. When you cut the tree, what happens? Some kind of moisture comes out from the skin of the tree. Bark means the skin of the tree. So the bleeding bark will heal. What will happen? After a few days, you cut the tree, that does not mean that the tree has been killed. After a few days, what will happen? The bark from which the liquids had come out, gradually that bark will get well. Heal means what? Heal means to get well again. Heal, ठीक हो जाना. यहाँ HEAL है. One heel means the heel of the foot, the heel of the slippers. लेकिन यहाँ HEAL, heel मतलब to get well. So the tree is injured. Human beings have injured the tree by cutting its trunk. They have not been able to kill the tree. because still there is some life in the tree. There is some life in the tree. And after a few days, what will happen? The tree will start recovering from its injury. ह्यूमन बीइंग्स ने पेड़ के ट्रंक को काटा है, तो इससे वो पेड़ जो है वो मर नहीं गया है, उसमें अभी लाइफ बाकी है. वो बस इंजर्ड हुआ है. What has happened to the tree? The tree has just got an injury. And what will happen to this injury? After a few months, this injury will get well. The bleeding bark will heal. The bark, the skin of the tree from which the liquids have come out, that skin will get well soon. Presently, it is injured because the human beings have cut the bark and the trunk. But in a few days, in a few months, the tree is going to recover from this injury. It will heal. Heal means get well, right? The meaning of HEL, heal. And bleeding refers to the liquid which comes out of the bark. And from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs. Twigs mean small branches. And from close to the ground, the human beings have cut the tree from the ground. But what will happen after a few months? Small branches will start growing from that cut tree trunk. दोबारा से उस ट्रंक में से छोटी छोटी टहनियां जो है वो निकलनी शुरू हो जाएगी. Small twigs. But this alone won't do it. The bleeding bark will heal. So human beings have cut the tree. That doesn't mean the tree has been killed. Life still remains in the tree. After a few days, weeks, months, the trunk and the bark will recover. It will get well from the injury. And then small branches will start growing from that trunk. Small branches close to the ground will rise curled green twigs. और ये branches कैसे होंगे? बिल्कुल straight नहीं होंगे, curled होंगे, टेढ़े मेढ़े branches. Twigs, they are soft. Initially, when the branch grows, it is not very hard. It is soft and curled. Green twigs, miniature boughs. Miniature means small and boughs means branches. Write the meaning of miniature. Miniature means small, boughs means branches, and small branches will grow. Miniature boughs means small branches. तो आपने पेड़ को काट दिया, इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि पेड़ जो है वो मर गया है. Still life is there. After a few months, the tree will get over this injury. It will get well and it will start new life again. Small curled branches will start growing. Then small branches will start growing, miniature boughs, small branches, which if unchecked will expand again to former size. Which if unchecked. If you don't check it, if you don't cut the branches, what will happen with the passage of time? कुछ दिनों में वो जो है पेड़ वापस उसी साइज का हो जाएगा. If you leave it unchecked, if you don't cut away the branches of the tree once again, what will happen? The tree will again in a few months and years grow to its former size. जैसा वो पहले था वैसा ही वो हो जाएगा. So it will expand again. It will grow to its former size. पहले जितना बड़ा था वो, फिर वो कुछ दिनों में वैसा ही हो जाएगा. No, the root is to be pulled out. So if you want to kill a tree, what should you do? You should pull out the root. Only if you detach the root from the soil, then only you can kill the tree. Then eventually it will die because there is no source of nutrition. जब तक जड़ और सॉइल जुड़ा हुआ है, पेड़ को न्यूट्रिशन मिलता रहेगा और वो फिर वापस ग्रो कर जाएगा. So what is the method of killing a tree? You have to uproot the tree from the soil. You have to uproot the tree from the soil out of the anchoring earth. Anchoring means protecting. Anchoring earth. Why is the earth said to be the anchor of the tree? Because the earth holds the tree. The earth protects the tree. Anchor. It is the anchor because it protects the tree. Anchoring earth means protecting earth. It is the earth which protects the tree. Anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied and pulled out. और पेड़ को जड़ से उखाड़ना भी कोई आसान काम नहीं है. What is the process? पहले उस पेड़ को एक टाइट रोप से बांधना होता है, and then lot of force will be applied, and then it will be pulled out from the earth, snapped out, separated. Snapped out means separated. Killing the tree is a very, very difficult job. You have to tie the tree with a rope. Roped means what? Roped मतलब उस पेड़ को रस्सी से बांधना. So what is the process of uprooting a tree? First, the tree is tied with tight rope, and then a lot of force is applied on that rope to separate, snap means separate, to separate the tree from the earth or pulled out entirely. Then only you can entirely take out the tree from the soil, out from the earth cave. The earth is the house of the tree. Why is the earth referred to as cave? Because it is like the house of the tree. It has protected the tree from so long. It has taken its nutrition from the tree. The earth has sheltered the tree. So the earth is said to be like a cave for the tree. So pulled out entirely out from the earth cave and the strength of the tree exposed. And when you pull the tree, then only you can know the strength of the tree. What process makes us aware of the strength of the tree? The process of uprooting the tree. जड़ से जब हम बाहर निकालते हैं तब पता चलता है कि ट्री कितना स्ट्रांग है. The source white and wet. The source white and wet refers to the roots. Source white and wet refers to the roots. The roots are white in color. The roots are wet. Why? Because the soil is moist. And the roots are also living. When it is uprooted, at that time the root has life in it. So it is wet, it is moist. It is the source. Why it is source? Because it is the root which takes the nutrition from the soil. So the root is the source of nutrition. It is the source. It is white, it is wet. The most sensitive, hidden. So root is the most sensitive part of the tree. The root is the most sensitive part, and most of the years, where does the root lie? Hidden inside the earth. So the poet says that only when you pull out the tree from the earth, then only you can understand the strength of the tree. When you pull the tree from the earth, and what is the process? I will say how is the tree taken out of Aditya? Can you hear me? Bhavya?
प्रभात पे
Aditya, can you hear me? Aditya. Bhavya?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We
Oh,
can hear
to,
you.
okay, the source white and wet. Source white and wet refers to the roots, most sensitive. So the root is the most sensitive part of the tree. Then the matter of scorching and choking in the sun and air. और एक बार पेड़ को बाहर निकाल लिया जाता है उसके बाद व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस हाउ इज द ट्री मेड रेडी फॉर यूजिंग then the matter is the tree of scorching and choking. Scorching means drying. Scorching and choking, the drying of the tree after being uprooted. आप पेड़ को आप निकाल के तुरंत उसको यूज नहीं कर सकते हैं कुछ भी फर्नीचर बनाना हो या कुछ भी यूज करना हो तो यू कैन नॉट यूज इट डायरेक्टली you have to dry it in the sun for many days because if you make anything with moist wood uh, it will get spoiled easily so uh, once you uproot the tree then you have to dry it in the sun completely. You have to dry all the moisture of the tree in the sun and air. Browning, hardening. जब वो ट्री जो है वो सूख के ब्राउन कलर का होगा जब वो ट्री जो है बिल्कुल कड़ा हो जाएगा उसका सारा मॉइस्चर खत्म हो जाएगा तभी आप उस लकड़ी को कोई चीज में यूज कर सकते हैं अदरवाइज you cannot use the wood. So after the tree has been uprooted, then what is done to the tree? It is dried in the sun. It is dried in the sun and it turns brown. पेड़ का रंग जो है वो चेंज हो जाता है जब वो सूख जाता है तो ब्राउनिश कलर का हो जाता है फिर वो हार्ड हो जाता है ट्विस्टिंग विदरिंग Twisting means टेढ़ा होना, हाँ, twisting and withering. Withering means drying. Withering means drying, and then it is done. And once the tree becomes dry, once the tree becomes brown, then it is ready for use. Then it is ready for use. So is the poem clear to all of you? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So question answers we'll discuss some other day. Okay. How was yesterday's test? Easy questions the?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Word, you wrote the word meanings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Okay, bye all of you.
Have a
I will
nice day, ma'am.
discuss. Yes, okay. I will discuss the question answers some other day. Okay.